People, yeah. Right, let's start off with this. You take one of them. You can take one of them. And who can catch out of you lot? You can catch, yeah? Take one of them. Do not pop them until I tell you. Right, well, my name's actually Haden. Welcome to We're All Cunts. And a lot of people ask me why the title of the name. Why is it We're All Cunts? Two reasons. Number one, have you seen 2016? Ain't been a fun one, has it? Second reason, have you met people? They are cunts. Right, well, this is a dark political show, so if you're a bit fragile, leave. If you don't like swear words, you've come to a show called We're All Cunts. What the fuck are you doing? I've been told a lot this year that there isn't enough right-wing comedy. Just isn't enough right-wing comedy. My answer to that is always the same. Like, the right-wing have so much, don't they? I mean, the right-wing they've got politics. They've got the media. They've got racism and paedophilia. Let the left have comedy. No! It's not as though we're doing a lot with it, is it? The occasional fucking vine. Arseholes. Everyone drinking? Yeah! I'm drinking. I used to drink to try to stop the voices. It didn't work. I was drinking to all agree. A lot easier that way. Same with smoking. Like, I smoke so much that the other day I got a dividend from British Tobacco and I don't own any shares. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to start with terrorism because it's my latest material. So, have we seen the rise in female suicide bombers? Have we seen this? Like, I don't understand it myself. I don't get the male suicide bomber. I don't get the whole 72 virgins thing. Like, I've had sex with a virgin before, but I didn't enjoy it. Trust me, neither did she. But for women, 72 male virgins, are you sure? Imagine the tears! Even with eternity, that's still 72 minutes, she ain't getting back! Spending the rest of eternity going, oh no, yes, you were the best I've ever had. I don't get it. Does everyone know the White Widow?
Yes.
Yeah. For those of you who haven't, the White Widow is currently the most wanted woman in the world by Interpol. She's said to have killed over 400 people. She's currently second in command of the terrorist organisation Al-Shabaab. Goes to show, with a bit of hard work and a small amount of determination, women have better job prospects in most terrorist organisations, most FTSE 100 companies. That's why girls are going over there. They don't believe this shit. This is career progression. Fuck me, I could be a manager. Because let's be honest, no suicide bomber is going to get a managerial role in a terrorist organisation, are they? You're never going to find a suicide bomber as social media manager for ISIS, are you? Don't move past the interview stage. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Paradise, next. I was in the pub the other day, as I'm known to, because I've said, I'm quite the drinker. And I overheard two blokes talking about the White Widow. We'll call them dickheads because they're not here. And what they were saying is, yeah, that's what happens when you go out with an Asian. Is it? I've heard of once you go black, you don't go back. So I believe it was invented around the 20th century, kind of an apology for slavery. But I'm yet to hear of once you go Asian, terrorist liaison. I think soon all the terrorist organisations are going to get together and create some form of massive supergroup. Imagine like Cream with Kalashnikovs. they're going to call themselves whatever, but they're going to go up against their biggest nemesis at the moment. And we all know who terrorists' biggest nemesis is at the moment. It's, of course, BuzzFeed. Because it turns out really good shit's in a fucking list now, don't we? So they've got to go after BuzzFeed, create their own version, call it something like BombFeed. Same type of articles, slightly different. You know, it's going to be like 7 life hacks all jihadis need to know. Which terrorist organisation are you? Take our quiz! When you call an aid worker trying to help someone, you'll never guess what happened next. The show's called We're All Cunts. What are you expecting? Me walking on stage saying, I'm telling you, welcome to We're All Cunts. Now, my favourite butterflies. I'll tell you who I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for Boko Haram. I really feel sorry for Boko Haram. They're very much the Mark Owen of terrorism. Because you've got Al-Qaeda, the originators, the Gary Barlow, if you will. And then you've got ISIS, obviously Robbie Williams. It's a bit more explosive. Then you've got poor Boko Haram. No one gives a fuck. No one would buy that album, would they? Get it. All of it. You know what you see over in Saudi Arabia? They put atheists on the terror list. Atheists. How mad is that? Never once are you going to find an atheist strap a bomb to themselves, walk onto a bus and shout, "For osmosis!" It's never going to happen, is it? Because an atheist, they've got nothing to die for. There's no afterlife. There's no virgins. There's no ambrosia. There's fucking nothing. There's nothingness. The best an atheist has got to hope for is maybe they'll get turned into a meme. Maybe they'll be misquoted in the Daily Mail. That's all they've got to fucking hope for. It's ridiculous. We spend billions. We sell billions and billions of pounds of weapons to Saudi Arabia so they can bomb the fuck out of Yemen. Yet in this country, we've banned conkers in schools. Doesn't that seem mental to everyone? Conkers. The only danger a conker has to anyone is if you've got a nut allergy. And if you've got a nut allergy, that is a world telling you to fuck off. Ridiculous. I can only assume that the next thing our government's going to do is start selling conkers to Yemen, you know, even it up a bit. We're not barbarians, we're not going to sell them vinegar. That is like the silliest joke you're going to hear tonight. Right, well, we've hit all the light stuff gone. Now we get into the darker stuff. Have we seen that ISIS have started crucifying children? Have you seen this? First time I saw this, I thought, you've messed up the nativity play there, haven't you? That's the wrong story of Jesus. ISIS, such fuckers are even messing with Christianity now. A few months ago, there was a child that was born in Syria with shrapnel in their head. Terrible story. Fuck me, those drones are accurate now, aren't they? Christ! 10 years they couldn't hit Bin Laden, now they're wounding infants in the womb. That's progress. ISIS started the year with a video, you know, just in time for award season. Didn't get nominated. But we do know that the Oscars are racist, don't we? We know this. A lot of people turn around and say, did you watch it? Did you watch it? Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video? I'm like, no! No, I didn't! Why not? Because it wasn't fucking Star Wars! This is some bloke being killed. Why do I want to watch it? Like, don't tell me any spoilers. He dies at the end. Israel and Palestine still happening as well. It's not in the papers as much, because we've got other things to pretend to give a fuck about. But Israel and Palestine is still in the papers. And what annoyed me when it was really big in the papers was everyone on Facebook sharing all the photos of dead children, trying to gain attention for themselves because they're sad and pathetic. Because the problem is that not all of these photos were from Gaza. So some were from Syria, some were from Iraq, back in '09. Begging the question, are your dead children not photogenic enough? What's going on? You've got bombs, death, destruction, right, bring in the camera crew. I assume there's someone a couple of 100 miles away, but I can only assume it's a dead baby version of Tinder, just going munter, 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 munter. Did you even think about the lighting when you were taking these? Munter. How could I possibly get some white girl from London to retweet this with this awful composition? Munter. That means it's time for a palate cleanser. I understand how dark this show is. So what I've done is I've put in a couple of lighter jokes just to cleanse everyone's palate before I drag you back down to hell. So, I didn't do very well at school. For GCSEs I got 6 C's, 3 F's and a U. I got the U in RE. These go to show God isn't the answer to every question, no, does it? I think our priorities are fucked. I think that's one of the reasons I've done the show, because how we see things seems to be so screwed at the moment. I'll give you an example. Do you remember when the lion died and everyone went crazy because it had a name? Do you remember when the lion that had a name died and everyone fucking lost their minds? It turns out, if you want to protect them all, name them all. Who knew? But at the same time, over in Calais, where the swarm live, a human being died, and no one gave a shit. Like, why? Why when a lion dies, the internet explodes, but when a human being dies, nothing? First thought, obvious. Lions are majestic, aren't they? Beautiful creatures, stunning. You see a lion running across the Serengeti, David Attenborough talking above it, you'd watch that programme, wouldn't you? The only time you'd watch a refugee running is if we changed the Channel Tunnel into a massive game of gladiators. Refugee, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? Mohammed's going to have difficulty on the wall because he's being chased by Hunter. I wrote that joke before it turned out that we were actually building a fucking wall. And I think the real reason is the media. Because the media tell us what to think, how we should be thinking, when we should be thinking about it, and the reasons as to why we should be thinking. Like they tell us, we do not have a lot of lions. But we've got tons and tons of foreigners, you know, tons of them. Let them die. Let them die. When we've got 100 French left, then we'll start caring. When we've got a handful of Kuwaitis in captivity, then we'll give a shit. But at the same time, you're still going to find some fucking dental hygienist standing above a dead Somalian with a gun going, I didn't realise it was such a big deal. You know? It's just a Somalian. Why is everyone going crazy? It's only a Somalian. I don't know why everyone's going, why would I hate? It's a Somalian. It's not just a Somalian. He had a name. That was Bob. That was Bob the Somalian. We didn't have time to name them all. There are a lot of tragedies going on at the moment. It's very difficult to keep up, especially for myself, because I consider myself to be a topical comedian. So it's very difficult to keep up with everything. I think I'm currently the only person in the world who doesn't want terrorism to finish until after I've done all of my shows. Because Because I don't have time to write a new 15-minute opener, I'll be honest with you. Like tomorrow, let it be peace. Until such time, keep on the killing. But like, there are so many tragedies. Like, I'll let you into a little secret. I think my Facebook statuses are quite important. Like, I can't write a Facebook status for every time there's a tragedy. I wouldn't get the likes. And we all know that's why we do it, for the likes. Imagine if we changed our profile picture every time there was a tragedy. Imagine that. Just every time, just a new flag. We wouldn't have the same effect that we're having now. And we all know, once we change our profile picture, we've saved so many people. So many people. It's ridiculous. We're basically heroes. We can admit it. This is a safe space. We're heroes. Because we've changed our profile picture to put a flag in front of the time we were in Falaraki. You know? But so I've come up with 3 very simple rules. If you follow these 3 rules, you'll always know what tragedy to care about. Number 1, how close is it? This is important, as we know. Location, location, location. We know this. I'll give you an example. Ankara has had 5 suicide bombings since October. Now Ankara is in Turkey. Turkey is in Europe. But is Turkey really Europe? Is it proper Europe? I mean, just because you've seen once a year doesn't make you really Europe. We had Australia this year. That's not Europe. It's also next to Syria, and no one's comfortable with that, are they? Whereas Paris, we've heard of Paris. That is a city of love, romance, culture. There have been films shot in Paris. I understand there's even a film called A Night in Paris. Would you watch A Night in Ankara? I don't think it would. Number 2. A bit more difficult now, a bit more uncomfortable to hear. Number 2 is what is the race / name of the attacker. This is in a list. So at the very bottom, if it's a white guy, forget about it, you know. He's a white guy, he's probably just mad, and then that's what we do. We're just mad white people, you know. Give us a knife, we start to stab him. That's what we do, you know. Whiteies be cray-cray, as the saying goes. At the very top, if it is an Asian man and ISIS has been mentioned, then you get on Facebook because I need to hear about your ill-informed opinion. In the middle it's harder because like you've got Al-Shabaab. Now I've mentioned Al-Shabaab, but Al-Shabaab is mostly Somalia. Who gives a fuck? Somalia, no one cares. Boko Haram. I've mentioned Boko Haram. Boko Haram, mostly Nigeria, shit location. But they are affiliated with ISIS. So, are you a hashtag? The third, of course, is the most important. The third is always the most important. That's what happens in the rule 3. The third is supersedes everything. Doesn't matter what happens, where it is, the third supersedes everything. The third is, of course, how many British people die? Because if one British person dies throughout the fucking world, there's the front page of the Telegraph, innit? I would say the Sun, but you're never sure what Cheryl Cole's up to. Did we see the sniper over in Dallas that shot the police? Did you ever find out how they ended up killing that sniper? It was art. It was fucking beautiful. What they did is they strapped a bomb onto a robot, drove the robot in, and exploded it. Fucking amazing, isn't it? Like, where do virgin robots go when they die? just started a new series of Robot Wars. I didn't realise that was an allowed weapon, I'll be honest with you. Right. Trying to remember who else I gave the fucking things to now. Go. Try not to direct it at me. Well, time for another palate cleanser! I don't like psychics. Anyone in here believe in psychics?
Yeah.
Yep. Then you're fucking retarded. I honestly don't know what you would have expected from saying yes to that.
Seeing you on a stage. Psychic. You.
Don't worry, I've got this. I'll be honest with you, when I wrote this stuff, you weren't involved. I don't like psychics. Like the only time I've ever felt sorry for the Daily Mail, and that's the Daily Mail, is when they had to give £125,000 to the psychic Sally Morgan for saying she's a scam. How bad are your journalists and lawyers when you say a psychic's a scam, you fucking lose? I think we should get all psychics into a room. The only time they're allowed to eat is when they can guess what's on the fucking menu. What's on the menu today, Sally? Is it sausages? No. Today is duck à l'orange. No food for you today. Your powers must be on the wane. Right, so we're getting into politics now, which means I'm going to start with some poetry. Because you may have deduced so far, I'm quite the romantic. What with my anger and shouting. So these poems are in the style of Roses Are Red. So the first one is, Labour are red, Tories are blue. We can't sack MPs. What the fuck is going on? The second one is, Lib Dems are yellow, UKIP are purple. One has no backbone, the other likes Goebbels. I didn't realise I came across a comedian that suggested have a conversation. Let's pretend I'm not drinking too much and have some water. Now I'll let you know where I stand in regards to politics. The last elections, I voted for the Green Party, mainly because I didn't want my vote to count. I like the Green Party. I just wish once, just once, their manifesto didn't read like it came from a 19-year-old girl, just got back from a gap year, wants to be known as Moonflower. We all know those people as well. We've all met them. Oh my God, I have seen such tragedy. I was in India for my gap year. I can't even explain the poverty. Luckily, I took some photos on my fucking iPhone! Got an ounce of irony with these wankers. On the iPhones and all of that, have you seen that China have started building factories in India? Seen this? Imagine all of those Chinese children that have just lost their jobs. Terrible, isn't it? Got to be a kick to the ego when you're undercut for child slavery, innit? I'm sorry, Penny. Turns out we found cheaper. I know. Who knew we could? Oh no, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. I know that you are the youngest of 3 children and you work in a factory, so your parents aren't that well off. I doubt they'll kill you. That is one of the very rare jokes you'll hear about the Chinese child laws. You can probably see why most comedians don't touch that subject. So, Brexit. I'm a political comedian, it's kind of in the contract to talk about it. May I start by saying, if there is anyone in this room who did vote leave, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because I did not want a future. Did not want one. It's ridiculous, the amount of lies. 350 million. The EU do 110% of our laws. The EU are currently building a Death Star to shoot migrants in your face. Ridiculous. Has anyone seen the correlation between Brexit and the Iraq War? I don't think anyone has done because I've invented it, but if I say it like that, it makes it seem like it's a thing, doesn't it? But no, like, it's amazing how close they were, because they were both built on lies. Lots of fear-mongering. The poor got fucked, the rich got richer, and there was a lot of talk of democracy. Because we love democracy in this country. Love democracy. Good democracy. Lovely stuff. Yummy, yummy, yummy democracy. Lick that up. It sounds delightful. I wish we had it. We don't. I'll prove it to you. Last election, I live in a safe seat. My vote was worth 0.1 of a vote. That is not democracy. We have a Queen. That is not democracy. We have the House of Lords. That is not democracy. We are not allowed to kill the government. That is not democracy. The thing like the fucking Queen. A stamp with racism on her arm. And we listen to her? Really? The only thing the Queen is currently good for at the moment is to slow cars down. But with Brexit and the Iraq War, because we love democracy. We love talking about how great our democracy is. So much so that we've gone around the Middle East and handed it out, you know, alphabetically, it seems. Could have gone Iraq, no, Afghanistan first. Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Syria. At this point, Uzbekistan must be shitting themselves. No, we've got democracy, we're fine here. Don't come over here. No oil here, no oil. I would just love it if our foreign policy didn't resemble some form of Power Rangers episodes. Wouldn't that be nice? Is that something bad over there? I don't know. Should we punch it and find out? Oh God, it's got out of hand. What do we do? Bomb it! Oh no, it's got bigger. What now? Use the democracy bomb. Love a conversation between a Syrian child and one of the world leaders. Bush, Blair, Obama, Cameron, Cunting one of them. And they say, hello little Syrian child, what would you like? What do you want? What do you want? I'm not going to do the accent, ain't the place for it. Hi, powerful person. All I want is peace. That's all I want. All I want is peace. Not too much to ask, all I want is peace. Don't worry. We hear you. We're going to help you. We're going to help you. Kaboom! Because as we know, ladies and gentlemen, a dead child is a peaceful child. So Brexit. It's mad. Oh, may I say, while we're talking about Brexit, old people. Fuck off! You're not going to know if we leave the Europe. You're not going to have a clue. Only thing you've got to look forward to is hoping that you're dead before you shit yourself. Every time I hear the phrase, I'm doing it for the kids, I reach for the loo because I know I'm about to get fucked. On that, young people, we've probably got some young people in here. Fuck you, Hardy, you scummy pricks! You had one job! 64% of people voted. What were you too busy doing exactly? Getting chlamydia? Ridiculous! What was the young actually doing on Tinder trying to catch all of the fucking STIs? You know, I hear you've got to catch them all now. Pokemon Go playing shit-stained wankers, you've done nothing, you're a disgrace. That's the old and the young, don't we? Everyone in the middle, you ain't helping. You know. But it does mean we've got a new government now. So I'm personally quite excited. I don't know everyone else. Have you seen that Tory conferences are turning more and more into a Bond villain convention? Have you seen this? Because you've got like Ian Duncan Smith, who's Blofeld, that fucking kitten. And then you've got Jeremy Hunt, Doctor No. Because every time he's asked Jeremy, can I see a doctor? The answer's always no. And Theresa May, who's Cunt. And I know it would have made more sense with Pussy, but she annoys me to tears. Although I am looking forward to her, because I wasn't around for Thatcher, so I'm really looking forward to the sequel. I hear everyone had fun in the 80s, I hear it was a delight. You know, I'm really looking forward to the next stage. There's the thing, I'm 28, and everyone in my fucking generation talks about Thatcher like it affected us. Thatcher didn't affect me at all. I was 3 when she ended up out of power. She did nothing to me. Do we not have enough going on at the moment that you need to live in the past? I'll tell you who I really hate. That King Herod. Oh, what a prick. Killing all the children, I believe he took away some form of milk. This is the thing. So now we've got a new government. We've got Theresa May, who everyone keeps on telling me is a liberal conservative. A liberal conservative. Interesting choice of words. So say, Bob, oh yeah, he's a gentle rapist. I didn't realise there was such a thing, I'll be honest with you. Yourself, do you know what MP stands for?
Member of Parliament.
Close, mostly paedophiles. Love it! Love it! Their favourite thing to do, fuck children. It's their favourite game. For them it's like Buckaroo but more bloody. That is my second favourite joke. My first favourite is coming up in due course. I will tell you if that joke didn't get a laugh throughout the entire run of Edinburgh. I don't expect it to get one tonight. But I ain't fucking dropping it. I love it. So we've got a new government now. So we've got Theresa May there. The liberal, lovely, lovely Theresa May. The one who's brought in secret courts, go home bans, destroyed workers' rights, wants to get rid of human rights. This lovely liberal. And then we've got Boris Johnson as our foreign secretary. Boris Johnson. Really? Was Prince Philip busy? Boris Johnson is what happens when belly button fluff becomes sentient, goes to Eton and fucks some type of cured meat. Ridiculous. He was in charge of the country for a couple of weeks during August, and I truly believed that we were going to go at a war with the moon because we needed to destroy the clangers. Need to get ourselves some of that soup. I hear it can wrong things. No. I don't know, we've got David Davis as our Brexit secretary. David Davis seems really competent, if competent means thick as shit. When he became Brexit secretary, he started tweeting how all of our trade deals are going to look with Germany and France. Seemingly without the knowledge that we can't do trade deals with Germany and France, because they are in the EU. One of the reasons we supposedly fucking left. That and of course, racism. I'm not saying that everyone who voted Leave are racist. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have closer ties with racists than everyone else. Ridiculous. But David Davis, he's fine, because he has said that when Brexit all comes along, because he's currently involved in a lot of secret trade negotiations, that we are going to get the UK 10 times the size of the EU. 10 times the size. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I'll go outside, start burning your clothes, walk outside, buy some new ones. Yeah, all going to be fine. All going to be loaded. All going to be loaded. Because 10 times the size of the EU is currently 150% of the world's GDP. He is growing the entire world off of our exports, which currently are pieces of rock, donkey rides, and xenophobia. And we can't even get rid of a lot of xenophobia because Russia has that down. Of course, that's a joke. Our main export is selling weapons to kill children. Thanks for laughing. That one wasn't a joke. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like, May's come out and she said, one of the only good things that she said so far, she said she's not going to take any benefits. There's going to be no more cuts from the women's refuge, which is brilliant. But that is suggesting that there are going to be more cuts. At this point, the only thing that you can do to disabled people is to start burning them for fuel. That is literally the next step. I assume to help out this northern powerhouse I've heard so much about. Because it turns out removing all of the money for the flood protections and trying to turn the north into a massive dam didn't work. Ridiculous. That's like Ian Duncan Smith when he was Department of Work and Pensions, and the whole ATOS stuff was saying, I mean, the type of people that they said were fit to work, they had like Parkinson's, MS, were dead. So you're all fine to work. But what is someone with Parkinson's going to do as a job? A cocktail shaker? Like, what can they possibly do? Someone with MS, oh no, we've got you a wonderful job. As what? A doorstop. It's fine. Ridiculous. It's lucky we've got such a strong opposition, though, isn't it? Oh, fucking hell. If you're a Corbyn supporter, you're not going to like this. But don't worry, you can tweet me death threats later. I know when people are telling me, oh, Corbyn is a pacifist. I'd be a pacifist as well if my cult followers don't do all the fucking death threats for me. Christ, the easiest pacifist I've ever fucking met. I don't mind Corbyn. I just don't think he's had an original thought in 35 years. I reckon if he got into power, the first thing he would look to do is try to save the miners. I reckon he'll just be there. So, this Mandela. I reckon we could free him. of the stuff he comes out with is fucking remarkable. Like, he said about Trident. He said, well, here's an idea. Why don't we remove the nukes but keep Trident? If that is your idea, don't fucking tell anyone! You wanted Schrodinger's Trident at that point. I don't know what everyone's views are in regards to Trident, honestly, couldn't give a fuck. But for me, Trident, pointless. It doesn't deter anything. It hasn't deterred terrorists, has it? If a terrorist comes into London and bombs London, we are not nuking London. Although sometimes you wish it fucking would, don't you? Wouldn't you just? Christ. I don't get it. I don't get a lot of it. I'll do a joke on the lid down because what's the fucking point? Why are I wasting words? UKIP said in the news. Nigel Farage isn't leader anymore. Although for Brexit, everyone listened to him. Listened to Farage. Really? Farage is the type of man, if you ever got cancer, I'd stop all the research until I was sure he was dead. You were accused of playing politics. And they do play politics. They would have played doctors and nurses, but I think there's too many foreigners in the NHS. Hey, a joke! Don't worry, if you listen closely, there'll be at least one. And my favourite UKIP member ever was a councillor. Because I fear that if you could get rid of any more councillors, you're going to have to start reporting them. Really goes against the whole hating foreigners thing. But there was one councillor who was an old white woman, shock and awe. And she said that I am not a racist, but... which is the best start to a sentence. I'm getting closer when I hear that. Like, I'm not a racist, but... go on. I'm not a racist, but I don't like Negroes. And I don't know why. I've got an idea. Is it because you're the dictionary definition of a racist? So I can't be a racist. Can't be a racist. Because I went on holiday to the Caribbean. And it was okay. I assume he thought it was okay to spend most of the time being served by black people, which he thought that's how it should be. Who's going, somebody, it's called me all, come on! I don't know. Oh, it's fucked. They're like, Google paid 3% tax. I wonder they've got an I'm feeling lucky button. There's so much we've forgotten as well. Like, we've forgotten the budget that came out. That George Osborne came out and said, well, it doesn't matter how bad things get, they can only get worse. I mean, the 5% sugar tax. Like Jamie Oliver was going mental about how great it was, how wonderful. Oh yeah, sugar tax, finally! We're starting to save the world. And then a couple of days later, he came out and mentioned the fact that he's having his 5th child. Sorry, Mr. Oliver, if you want to save the world, may I start with killing your children? Because I promise you, a person is going to do much more damage to this world than a fucking Mars bar. I don't get a lot of it. I think how we treat refugees is awful. I think it's terrible at the moment. Like, do you know that we didn't allow 3,000 child refugees into this country? Our government voted against allowing 3,000 children refugees into this country. The reason that they said that they gave for not allowing this is that they were scared that the children would fall into the sex trade. Like what? Didn't you find them attractive enough? Well, it's because of how we see refugees, especially the people in power. It's how they see them. Because our MEPs have done lots of different things, including a refugee role-playing game. Have you heard anything quite as disgusting as that? A refugee role-playing game. And that is exactly why our MPs and MEPs and stuff treat refugees so bad. Because they're like, oh no, we did a refugee role-playing game. I don't know all the fuss about. I was tapped down, I had some sandwiches, it was delightful. If you want to do a real refugee role-playing game, I would suggest they all have to bring a child along, chuck them into a pool, the last one has to be held under, see if we can't get that photo going viral. That is my favourite joke! That is fucking brutal, but it makes a valid point. That's the thing, like, we care for such a short amount of time. Like, at the moment, there is a hospital up north who is not allowing obese and smokers to have certain procedures, not allowing them to have surgery. Now that is automatically against freedom. That is massively against freedom. If you think that smoking and fatty foods are so bad, ban them. Just ban them. You did it with guns, but the tax too good. That's why we don't. But we will not care about such things until it affects us. We only care if things affect us. It's like the whole first they came for thing. You know, first they came for the fat people. And we did nothing. Because they make us laugh when they walk. And then they came for the smokers. And we did nothing. Because they smell. And then they came for Great British Bake Off. And we did, oh, you can't touch Great British Bake Off! That's an institution! How dare you move that to a different channel? What are you, a business? Ridiculous! I love the Great British Bake Off. Ah, all the innuendos. Isn't it funny? No. Great British Bake Off is amazing. It's like moving Instagram. That's the thing, we spend all of our fucking time doing all of this shit, and then we'll pretend to care for such a small period, and then go back to taking photos of our food. And if you take photos of your food, you're basically mocking poverty. That's what you're doing. They go, I've just had this delightful meal. Quite cheap, only £50. There's boiled eggs and some foie. Maybe a bit too much food that I couldn't eat at all. Hashtag food banks. This is amazing. Throughout this show so far, I've heard people go, like, what? I'm saying stuff, I'm making jokes about it, it's actually fucking happening. What the fuck's wrong with you? You can't joke about it, you know it's actually going on. Yeah, but I don't read a paper. Fuck you! Sorry, thanks for coming. Right, panic cleanser time! Who takes selfies in here?
He does.
How many people are lying to me at the moment? I reckon a lot of yous. If you do take selfies, stop it, you narcissistic cunts. No one gives a fuck about your face. When you die, you're going to go to hell, and there'll be a very special place in hell for you where you'll never get the right lighting. We're heading towards the end with this now. So we're going into the closer. I've only ever done this show up in Edinburgh, so normally this is the point I'll do a bucket speech, but you've paid for the ticket, so thanks. I'm going for a drink after this, probably across the road or to the Salmon Smiths. You're all more than welcome. So, I'm an angry man. I'm not sure if anyone's got that yet. It's because I care. I care about the future. I care about what's going to happen. I care that if I ever have kids, and God help those children, that one day one of the kids will come up to me and say, Dad, what's the NHS? And I'm going to have to explain that the NHS was said to be a mythical creature, like unicorns or happiness. It was said to cure the ill and help the drunks on weekends. But that will stop the day of the great regret, when on a platform of xenophobia and ale, Nigel Farage was voted in as Prime Minister of the UK, or as he's now known, the supreme ruler of all. People were shocked, especially when his manifesto was written in crayon on the back of macaroni art. But then the stats came out, and it started to make sense. Only 30% of people voted. The majority of them were old. The young said, this time, my voice will be heard! But unfortunately, it was around the same time as Google Glasses came out. And everyone was far too busy watching the latest instalment of Cats on a Throne. But they did manage to get the hashtag voting doesn't work trending, so there is that. We thought the same as you. We thought that Nigel Farage had retired to go and drive cars around Toad Hall. We thought we'd gone, especially after the 16th resignation. But like political herpes, he came back. He destroyed all the other parties. It was so easy. Because we did not leave Brexit in the exact way that some nutters wanted. All the Tories that wanted that Brexit moved over to UKIP, making UKIP the biggest party in the country. Labour under Corbyn have now broken into two different groups, calling themselves New Labour and Old Tory. The Green Party, by this point, had managed to find a way to get their heads so far up their own arses, they vanished. The last anyone heard of the Lib Dems, they were selling policies for food outside of a Starbucks in King's Cross. The SNP, by this point, had actually managed to make Scotland independent, using a once-in-a-lifetime referendum every week for a year. It's true what they say, the 51st time truly is the charm. Now Scotland is nothing more than a pirate island floating around the world, all under the stewardship of the pirate Queen Sturgeon. Farage started well. He did. He started very well. He made Katie Hopkins the Culture Secretary, and then Noel Edmonds the Health Secretary, which was genius because Noel Edmonds cured cancer, using nothing more than a magic box and hope. Who knew that's what it took? But then people started to get worried when he brought in Osborne as the Chancellor. But Osborne, being the man that he is, Gideon himself stuck to his guns and brought in the 16th year of much needed austerity. At this point, leaving disabled people with enough money for a bag to kill themselves with, and a Mars bar for the energy to do it. Known for us being the man of the people that we know who he is, we love him, that's why we love him. He sold the NHS to all of his city friends, so he built concentration camps to kill anyone but a slight tan. Essex was first to go. You should have seen them as they were marched in. Orange smoke billowing from the chimney. It looked like they just made war for the Pope. It was worse than what we even thought, because it turned out that Farage was the actual Antichrist, which made religious people very smug. So it turns out that Russell Brand was Jesus. Who knew? All the signs were there though. Jesus turned water into wine. This fucker turned heroin into a career. Of course there was a resistance. People did try to stand up. Unfortunately, the resistance was done by the same people who protested in 2016 and considered protesting to be nothing more than putting on a mask, standing outside Parliament and dancing to jungle music. They were massacred against a newly formed Express Mail Army who raped them in their hearts and AK-47s in their hands. You should have seen the battle. All there was vintage totes, skinny jeans and wristbands. So many wristbands. So, now I'm here. Farage trying to get the UK back to when it was great, which turns out was around 1894. So we're invading India again. And your dad going around the country doing dick jokes and observational material. No one cares about satire anymore. Okay, Dad. Okay. I get that. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Why are we driving so fast towards this cliff edge? Because I tried, sir. I did what I could. I did the best that I could, but I'm not strong enough. I tried to change the world. People try to change the world, but it doesn't change. And now I cannot watch the sadness come into your eyes. I cannot watch the realisation of knowing that generation after generation of the people that you wanted to help you, you begged and needed to help you as an innocent child, have let you down again and again and again. I cannot watch you sad for one more moment, knowing that there is so much that could be done, but people do not do anything. I cannot see that sadness come into your eyes. Now, I am using selfishness. I'm masking it as altruism, because I am not strong enough. Forgive me. Please. Please forgive me. That's all I ask. I said it. I said it in 2016. Hasn't changed. We are all cunts.